Alright, so we are here and we are going to be finally comparing a C1 Furina versus a C0 because I got incredibly lucky. Yeah, you plebs not getting lucky, getting 80 pity just to fail your 50-50. How does it feel watching me get Furina in 9 pity? It was actually technically less than 9 pity. I always hate this little slime dude for showcases because, especially for Arlecchino, that dude, he messes up so much. Okay, so this is gonna be a pretty long video, so let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, alright, let's go. So here we are with C0 Furina. Now, there are some uncontrollable variables that are gonna rear their head, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, yeah, big issue with this team is, how am I supposed to tell the damage numbers? Yeah, that's the number one thing. When you combine Fischl plus Clorinde, it's hard to tell their damage numbers, dude. It is actually incredibly hard to tell their damage numbers. Okay, so we've now seen sort of what that is, and we're here with C1 Furina finally. So, yeah, we have C1 Furina. I'm going to heal up all the characters. Now, I made a mistake when I initially tested with C1 Furina, not with C0, or, yeah, C1 Furina. Not with C0, because I accidentally put the wrong weapon on Nahida, because I think I switched it back to Kokomi, and then I never gave it back to Nahida, which caused the C1 Furina, team to look a little different than what it probably should look like. Using Prototype Amber allows Furina to still grab stacks from all the other characters off-field, which is going to give us a bigger increase, immediately, right? Which is what we're trying to see here, the increase immediately difference. So we'll be able to see. I mean, I say we'll be able to see, but we're not gonna really be able to see, to be real. I might upload these in segments and then like put them all into like one mega video. So this might be like sort of the end of one video. So hey, subscribe if you got this far already. Maybe just the Clorinde video. I don't know exactly. I don't want to just, compile everything and then just be like, all right, well, that's the video, guys. All right, there you go. Because, I mean, it kind of is not real. I don't really want to just upload the same content because it's not exactly fun to do that, right? But yeah, other than that, yeah, we basically are done there. We should be able to tell the damage difference, the damage number difference. We'll see, eventually what it looks like. Eventually. Okay, so now I've looked over the numbers and overall pretty meh, honestly. We went from basically 22,000 to 24,000, which is good considering we're doing, buffing, Fischl also with that, which I didn't really look at Fischl's damage because it's kind of hard to tell because Fischl has sort of similar damage to, Clorinde's normal attacks and stuff, and there's just a whole bunch of damage numbers. I was really looking for the E-skill hits when we used Clorinde. So we basically saw from 22,000 to 24,000-ish, basically. It's not that big of a jump. The reason for that being is just because this is a very, not main DPS team, right? It just isn't really there. The reason why it doesn't seem that big is because Clorinde, one, she's doing a load of hits, so her attack speed just being so high, generally, you're going to get a lot of buff out of that. But you're also, not really using her as like the main damage dealer, right? There's a difference that you'll see in the number if it's 100k and it gets 20% and 200 and it gets 20%. You'll see about 20,000 for the 100k and only 40 for the 200. And yes, I did that math immediately. I'm proud of myself. I did that numbers.
16? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
But yeah, basically, Clorinde, she does a lot of hits. It just doesn't really seem impressive when you're looking towards it. And using Liam's health bar is just not a good idea because he weirdly sometimes will do damage to himself, like 100,000, physical reaction damage. It's weird. I got no idea why he does it to himself. He's a masochist or something. I guess I've been feeding into his addiction if I keep beating him. Yeah, I don't know any other way to word that, really. But yeah. So it's not that big, but at the same time, it is still a decent jump because it buffs, Fischl, it buffs Nahida. Also, although Nahida on this team probably isn't really, she's just not built for this team, really. I'll go over the builds right now. I already recorded that bit, so bye for this section. But yeah, overall, I'm just going to make sure that I have a proper build on my Clorinde. Yes, I believe that this is her crit rate currently. So, with the buff, she has 106% crit rate, right? That's with the buff, and then 168 crit damage, 121 energy recharge, and she's running on, you know, Whimsy set along with Haran. Haran is the best one because if you scroll down here, it increases, you know, normal attack damage bonus by 20%, and it's like each stack, and you can get up to what, you know, 40% normal attack damage bonus. So it is her second best in slot weapon. I've had a little bit of a debate on that. And then, you know, official, she's not really built that great. She's on Golden Troop, and then generally this is what she looks like. She's not really that great. I definitely could farm more for her. And then we only have 733 elemental mastery on Nahida, but we also are, you know, running, you know, with the crit rate. The crit rate is pretty low, but, you know, we still do, generally I have higher elemental mastery, which, you know, makes up for that low crit rate. And then also prototype Amber here is the entire reason why I had to redo this, is because all party members will generate 6% HP every 2 seconds for this duration. That matters, right? That definitely matters, because I don't exactly know how much her like guys take. Yeah, 2.4, 1.6, 3.6. So yeah, she takes up a whole bunch of HP, and, you know, and Nahida heals enough to where Furina is always able to have this active, her passive talent with this weapon, this passive talent. Which passive talent is it? Which one is it?
Why are you the way that you are?
Oh yeah, it's a part of her skill, so it's not a passive talent. But, you know, if you're able to take HP from 4 characters, then it increases her damage, which overall increases the team's damage. So yeah, sure, we have a little less elemental mastery on Nahida, but it does work well. Yeah, I do think this will probably make its own video, and then I'll put just maybe I won't put all of them out, right? And we'll just make the mega video. So yeah, the beginning of this video will be the same. But yeah, also I do need to show talent levels. 9-6, sure, for you, and then 11-4, 10-10, and then 10-10 again, right? Furina is looking at 53-148 with 257 not elemental mastery, energy recharge. Reason for that being is because when you're running, well, generally on this team, you can actually go ahead and run the key. It doesn't really matter that much that I used her on Favonius here, because we're generally looking at, you know, where she can work on other, you know, characters and what she's doing with that C1 buff. So, and it does apply to her, but I don't think that we're necessarily looking specifically for her. On this team, I would say we kind of were. So maybe I should have. But yeah. So we're running our own Golden Troop also with, you know, obviously now we have the C1 unlocked, and we are at 10 and 10. So yeah. I think, so yeah, that's going to be it for this video, I imagine. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.